Hi, this is Elle, and welcome back to my channel, and it's so good to see each and every one of you, and happy Foundation Friday. Today we're trying a brand new foundation launch, and I'm super excited to share it with you today. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share the video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Okay, so today we are talking about the brand new launch from Too Faced. It's called Born This Way Matte 24-Hour Undetectable Super Long Wear Foundation. All right, so I bought this myself. I'm in color light beige. It's a touch dark. I'll just be honest with you. I probably would be another step down, but it's fine for summer. I have worn this many times to make sure that this review was thorough. It is $40, so it's a little bit on the pricier end, but it's definitely not, $50. The shade range looks okay. I wish there was a little bit more in the deeper shade range. What they say is it's a life-proof foundation that controls oil and keeps you looking flawless for over 24 hours. It is a medium coverage. Obviously the finish is matte. They say it's for all skin types, and it has coconut water in it. It also has hyaluronic acid in it. And then it has alpine rose, which they say empowers skin's health and resilience. This is cruelty-free, paraben-free. The ingredients are a typical foundation. They're not super, clean or green. It's dimethicone based, so you can take that for what it's worth, but I don't see any fragrance in this, so that is good. All right, let's get to it. So for me, since I am dry to normal, I have to prep the skin, as I always do, pretty hydrating. Today I have on the tinted Josie Maran SPF. I need a little bit of hydration with a foundation like this, okay? So since it's matte, if you're dry, you need to prep the skin appropriately. You need to hydrate. You need to have a hydrating SPF. If you want to use a hydrating primer, go for it. I just don't choose to. I don't need a primer with this foundation. And then with this foundation, I've used it with a brush before, and it does a really nice job, but it's just too matte for me, so I'm using a damp sponge. And let's get to application. So I wanted to do half the face so you guys could see just how much coverage it does get and how pretty the finish of this foundation is. It's really gorgeous. I do have to do the same thing here on my top lip with this, which is pretty standard when we're dealing with a higher, fuller coverage around my mouth. But look see, I think it's done. It is exactly what it says. It is definitely a matte finish. It is definitely a medium coverage, but I think it's done a really nice job through one swipe. And I put 2 pumps on my hand, and I still have quite a bit left over. But it does go over the hyperpigmentation quite nicely. You can definitely layer and build this foundation up, not to like a super high coverage, okay? So you're still gonna see a few things kind of peeking forward unless you color correct. But doesn't it look pretty? I think it looks really nice. This color gives me a nice summer tan kind of look. So there it is. So it definitely dries down. I use a pump and a half. I have worn this for about a total of 4 to 5 hours in the past, and it has looked really pretty, but this is where we're at. It will dry down. And the good thing about this foundation is I do not set it. Okay, I don't use any powder over it, and just the only thing I will do is I'll just use a little bit under the eyes to set the concealer. So let me finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so here we are. It is on. I'll get up close and personal, and we will go in natural light too, like I normally do. I feel like I need a little bit more blush, but I'll do that later. I think it's beautiful. Again, I have worn this foundation many times. It plays the same way every single time I use it. It's a pretty reliable foundation. It does the exact same things that you would normally do every single time. But it does look like makeup. So since it is a medium coverage. So I will tell you that this is not this like clean skin. It's not a tinted moisturizer. This is more of a makeup look, okay? But I don't mind it. I think it looks really pretty on the skin. It's no longer tacky. It's literally set and it's doing its thing. I will actually give it a little hit of a rehydrating spray, probably in about hour 4-ish, just because since it is matte, it does have a tendency to dry throughout the day as you're kind of wearing it. So yeah, so, oh, by the way, what I'm wearing on my face is the Fenty bronzer. I have the Milani concealer on. I have the blush from Westman Atelier, and then I have, of course, my Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss on. that I wear every single day. Okay, let's go to natural light. All right, so here we are in natural light. See how pretty it is? I find it is matte, but it still has a little bit of shift to it. So I normally would not gravitate towards a matte foundation. I usually gravitate towards something really glowy and a lot less heavy. But I wanted to try this out for you guys, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it. So let's check it out in a few hours. I'll let you get in real close here. See this? It needs to just be worn in a little bit more. I will see you guys in a few hours. Bye. Hey loves, all right, today has been a little crazy, as you can tell from my hair. Don't mind my eye either, something was in it earlier. But anyway, we are at 5 hours of total wear. It's still looking really good, but you can see it starting to look pretty dry all around here. So this is, you know what I mean, starting to look kind of dry. So for me, I would hit this with a rehydrating spray, and then it kind of just gives it a little bit more hydration or glow. So that's what I would do. My face is just feeling like really kind of dry and tight. And again, I'm not the perfect candidate for a matte foundation, but I don't think that you can't wear one if you're dry. I mean, just to be very honest. So I think it's a pretty foundation so far. Again, I would hit this with a little bit more of a rehydrating spray. But yeah, this is where we are. Forehead, I think, looks pretty darn good. Hasn't really moved very much. I haven't put a mask on yet, but I am going to, because I'm taking my daughter to a doctor's appointment. So I will report back a little later. I'll see you soon. Bye. All right. How are you guys doing? We are at a total of 10 hours of wear, and we're just about to sit down for a later dinner, and so I'm probably going to call it. But I'm going to let you look at everything. I will definitely say this is a long-wearing foundation. I will say that it probably will be mask-friendly. And what I mean by is it might transfer a touch if you set it or use a setting spray. But it did come off my nose a little bit. It is a little bit drier than most of my other foundations, but again, it's a matte foundation. So for me, I think it looks beautiful. It wore really, really well. I definitely will use it again, but I probably will mix it with a little bit of a moisturizer. And then of course I will be using my rehydrating spray throughout the day, just as I usually do. But let me know if you guys are interested in this. I definitely think it would be great for oily combination skin. Obviously that's who it's created for, even though it says it's for everybody. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday and weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye guys.